Bubas, come here. These are spicy. I don't think you're gonna like spicy.
I got regular.
You like spicy? Okay.
Mommy, can you open this?
She doesn't like spicy.
Mom, can you open this?
Yeah. Alright, so I'm getting the girls' and boys, I have to change how I talk about this. The children's lunches ready, and today we got a whole bunch of stuff planned, but I want to try a new recipe with our goat. So some of you gave us, hey JJ, get yourself a glass of water. A bunch of you had great suggestions for cooking the goat. Last time I cooked it like I would a beef steak, really hot, really fast. And a lot of you said that was the wrong thing to do for goat. It's low and slow. So we're gonna try one of our goat roasts in the crock pot today, and see how it comes out. Okay, this is the roast in question. It's not super big, right? We talked about this before. Our goat was a dairy goat. She was only about 10 months old. Those are not meat goats, so you're not gonna get huge cuts of meat off of them, but they've been really good. So we're gonna do this one, and then I think I'm gonna do some carrots and some green beans. I'm gonna cook it, I guess, again, like I would cook a beef roast, because goat is a red meat, but we're gonna do it low and slow and see if that helps with the texture. The taste was excellent before. It was more, it was just a tiny bit on the like chewier side, and so we're gonna see if this helps with the texture. Where you going, Mitterpie? Pretty tiny. I think also I'm going to use my homemade ranch base. So this is like packets of ranch, but it just in a humongous quantity. I'll link how I make this below. It's really simple, but then I always have it available. I'm just gonna coat the roast in this to give it a little bit of flavor. One part here, and 2 pints of green beans. And just to make sure, I'm not really sure how much liquid the goat is going to produce like the beef roast does, so I'm going to add just a little bit of water, and I'm going to keep an eye on it and make sure it's not super dry. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Cleaned my lid so it's not so weird looking, and let's plug it in. I'm going to turn it on low. That's what it looks like. Okay, I'll probably make bread or biscuits or something to go with it later, but I'll figure that out in a bit. Let's get the kids their lunch. Hey JJ, how's the bone collar?
Stop it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I know you don't like your wrap, but it's doing its job. Okay, it's time to get some work done. Sam's studying again. He's moved positions though, studying at the table by the fire.
Nice and toasty.
It's really cold today, so our room is the farthest one from the wood stove, so it gets kind of nippy in there. So he's sitting in here. Girls are doing some quiet time on their tablets, and I am going to attack the pantry. This is what it looks like when you have so many little people in the house. We're gonna clean it out. We're gonna get it organized because next week I am having a canning day with a friend to can some things like hamburger stew, barbecue pork, things that I really like to have on hand that I'm out of. But right now, the way the pantry is, it's never all gonna fit in there, or at least not in the same place. So it needs a good clean out anyway. The kids, especially Patton, now that he's up walking around, they like to go in and grab snacks. He particularly likes grabbing a handful of cereal and then dumping cereal all over the ground. So I just need to reorganize things, make sure all the bags have clips on them and stuff to keep them from just dumping them out in there, which has happened. So let's get to work. First task at hand is just to empty it out. It's going to take a little bit here. We got a whole lot in here. And I got a bunch of baskets that are empty. I'm really going to do a lot of reorganizing, get things put in good places so we have more room to move around. Let's get it up on the table so it's just out of the way for right now. And then we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of getting just all the wrappers and junk off the floor that the kids have dropped over time. I clean the pantry about every 6 months. It's just such a big project and I hate doing it. It feels overwhelming, but it's always worth it in the end. Give that rug a good shake. It is just absolutely covered in sugar and flour and who knows what. Then we're going to send it through the wash machine. And we're going to sweep up the floor too. It's going to take a while to get this done. I'm going to mop after I sweep as well, and then it should be nice and sparkly clean. Once we get everything out and swept up, it's time to start reorganizing our jars. Things are just all over the place because you just never use things quite in order, and then you can't fit everything. So we're going to put things that are alike together. It'll give me a better idea of what inventory I need to add to our canning pantry and what I already have a lot of. I did discover I have quite a lot of cranberry sauce, which I didn't realize was in there. I thought I only had a jar or two left, but they'd have all been put in different places. I didn't realize they were in there. So this is where organization is key, but it is also just super hard to keep organized since it's a tight space and there's a lot in there. Mr. P woke up from his nap, so he gets a snack, and I get a cup of motivation before we start putting everything back together again. Off the table it goes, back in the pantry. I try to reorganize the bins as well so the things in the pantry just make more sense to where they're located and they're easier to find. The kids start waking up from their naps or their quiet time is over, and so they all start grabbing snacks, and it starts to get a little stressful because they're starting to undo the things I'm trying to put together. So it's decided it's time to take a little bit of a break, and we're gonna head outside. Taking a break from the grind.
Oh yeah.
How much of the wood pile do you think you've moved? Half of it yet?
Let's say.
So it's going from here to back there so you can keep it dry. Yeah, I'd say you've done about half. One load at a time. Okay, since it's warmed up pretty considerably since this morning, we're gonna take a little walk this afternoon, get some fresh air with the kids, I think, and get them out of the house for a little bit. So let's get them all strapped up. And then when we get back, that rug should be dry. That's in the dryer right now. And then I can show you the finished pantry because it's looking really good.
I think I have no to do.
There you go. Not too fast, okay. Where's Goobs? There she is. Let's go.
Annie, if you're too bored, can I push him?
Come get me.
Hey, can I push it? Can I push
In a
it
little
if
bit.
he's too bored? The rock is so big.
Of course, we get back from our walk and I realize that the fence is down. So a quick pause while we put our electric fence back together so our baby goats don't escape. Okay, it's done. It looks a lot better. I'll show you. Floor and rug are pretty darn clean and got all our stuff in here. And I got room at the ends there for some more, and I'll show you. So with home canned stuff, you can double stack jars, but you have to make sure you put a divider, like a piece of cardboard in between, to help even out the weight disbursement to protect the jars on the bottom. So some of these could still be stacked for more room as well. Okay, let's finish off the day here. See how our goat roast came out. Woo! Let's serve it up. About an hour before this was done, I put some butter on top of the vegetables and some salt and pepper so the vegetables have a little bit more flavor. I did not need to add any more water to the roast. It created plenty of its own liquid. Let's hope that it's nice and tender. It looks pretty tender. So there it is. See, it's a red meat. It just looks a lot like beef. It fell right apart. Look, I'm pulling it apart with my fingers here. This is just for little kids, so we just want it in little pieces, but it's really tender. That's great. I think we'll let the kids maybe dip some ketchup on here, but I think this is going to be the way to go for cooking this goat. One. All right, here we go. We are going to taste test the meat. Are you ready?
What meat? This meat? Yeah.
The meat. Ready? Go.
Mmm. Really? Smells so has an adequate taste then. Really good.
Really good. See what Daddy thinks.
How about me? Dad.
Let me get a piece here.
Can I, Mommy? Me.
I'll get you next time.
It's different, but it doesn't taste gamey.
Gamey?
But it tastes a little different than I don't know. I don't know how you would describe it.
Oh, excuse me.
It's good.
Tastes good?
Oh, wait, is this what
JJ loves it. All right.
Am I supposed to have two?
Okay, here we go.
It's called ketchup soup.
Yeah. It's like beef, but slightly.
Gamey.
No, not gamey. I don't know. It's,
Here, here's a little ketchup.
I want some ketchup.
You can-
Nope, it's gonna eat it.
It's still pretty chewy, don't you think, like before? It doesn't
it's
taste...
still kind of chewy, but I think it's because she was not a meat goat. I just don't think she was
Meant to be.
pregnant. But it's not like rubber. Like
No, it's not.
it's not definitely not as tender as a beef roast.
It's
So
not raw.
she doesn't have like any marbling in the meat.
That's true.
So we did low and slow, which I think is better than what we did the first time.
Wait, Ivy. Don't eat the meat. It's made of our favorite goat.
Oh no! This is once the goat I fed, and now I'm eating it. Our favorite goat. No, I can't eat it. No, I can't.
All right, we'll end with that Oscar-worthy performance. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We will see you next time.